Hello, thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast. I am your host, Cedric the Credit Champion, and today we're just going to discuss the events unfolding between Russia and Ukraine. Before we go into today's broadcast, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend. Now, it appears that Russia has attacked Ukraine. And I saw the Ukrainian president basically pleading with Russia to stop the attack. But Russia doesn't seem like they're going to let up at all. You know, you can only imagine what it must feel like to be a citizen of Ukraine, to have this powerful nation like Russia coming in, bombing buildings, killing civilians, and they want to take over your country. I bet that is a scary experience. You know, people are fleeing, people are leaving, looking for a safe place to go. And I mean, I just don't know what we're going to do. Should the United States get involved? You have to understand that to get involved, it could potentially mean war on our grounds. And so, do we want to get involved? Do we want to go there with Russia? Well, if we have the power, if we have the missiles and the weaponry to do it, I would still wait. And it appears that's what President Biden is doing. Instead of going to war with them physically, what President Biden is choosing to do is to bring sanctions against Russia. Him and other allies like Japan and European nations and Canada and other nations, what they're doing is they're going to make it hard for Russia to do business. They're going to hurt Russia financially, right? Economically. Their supplies are going to dwindle. And so that is the strategy that President Biden is using. And I believe that's a wise strategy. You do not want to play your hand, so to speak. You don't want to go to war. You don't want to go to war. Now, there is no doubt in my mind that based on United States history, for developing one of the most powerful bombs ever known, the atom bomb. I think they had to outlaw that thing. I mean, just pull up a picture of the atom bomb when it goes off. Look at the miles of destruction that it creates. I'm talking about, it is just an explosion. Men who witnessed it, they said it was like the light from the atom bomb was so bright, they said they could see the skeleton in their hands. That's how powerful that bomb was. And so there's no doubt, if the United States wanted to just annihilate Russia off the face of the earth, we could send a missile there right now while they're not expecting it. Multiple missiles, and just really destroy Russia. Destroy their military. Just really cripple them. But that's not what President Biden is choosing to do. He's going to be patient and just hurt them economically. Now, here's what you don't want to happen. You don't want to be so patient that they get a jump on you, where they say, okay, let's strike first. Let's strike first. We don't want that to happen either. And so I believe that Russia knows that we have the capacity to destroy Russia. Now, if they were to try to come after the United States, it would only be because they really don't have a desire to live. They just don't care. It would be like a suicide mission. And some people get that mindset to where they don't care. They just go on a suicide mission. And that's what that would be if Russia was to try to attack the United States of America. And so, yeah, we want to pray for the Ukrainian people because they're in a tough situation. I mean, they're having to deal with this powerful nation wanting to take over their nation. And the president, he seems to be helpless. He just doesn't have the military power to be able to fight off Russia. And so, yeah, it's a sad situation to watch unfold. But yeah, there's nothing that anyone can really do except for hope that these sanctions are severe and that Russia will, have second thoughts and that they will back up. But it just doesn't seem like they're willing to. And so we'll see where this thing goes next. You never know. You never know. It's a fluid situation. President Biden might change his mind. He might say, hey, let's use force. And in that case, life as we know it, it might very well change again. COVID changed life in the United States. Life has not gone back to how it was before COVID hit. And so we have to think about the consequences of going to war against a country like Russia. It could change our life, forever. And so I believe it's wise for the president to put off going to war with Russia and just try everything else that is possible. And war will be the last, the last thing that you want to do. All right. Well, listen. Thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast. I am your host, Cedric Credit Champion. I'm going to do another video later on today, and I'm going to compare the Donovan Mitchell 3 shoe versus the PG5 shoe. So you don't want to miss that. The Donovan Mitchell 3 versus the PG5 shoe. All right? And so you don't want to miss that. As a matter of fact, let me give you a little sneak preview of the Donovan Mitchell. There they go. Boom. There it is. That's the Donovan Mitchell 3. And so, yeah, that's it. All right. And so we're going to review that shoe. So thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm your host, Cedric Credit Champion. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.